joke, honestly. Like someone from above was just like staying there laughing and you know, like, oh, let's see if you can handle this.
From that night I kissed, I never goodbye. Don't blame it on the sunshine, don't blame it on the moonlight, don't blame it on the good times, blame it on the boogie.
Seis iguais.
People who have followed tennis for generations can recognize it immediately. Fans watching around the world can sense it as well. And deep down, Sabalenka likely understands it too. So when Alexandra Eala and Victoria Mboko were seen dancing after Hailey Baptiste eliminated Sabalenka from the Madrid Open, it felt like much more than two friends enjoying a spontaneous moment. To many viewers, it symbolized a statement. It represented a new generation of rising stars, making it clear that they refused to feel intimidated or pressured into shrinking themselves for the comfort of established names. And when someone has spent years appearing dismissive toward opponents, critics argue it should not come as a surprise when celebrations eventually happen at their expense. This also was not the first time a celebratory moment appeared to affect Sabalenka emotionally. Many fans still remember the US Open final when Coco Gauff celebrated with Serena Williams after defeating Sabalenka. The video played inside the stadium showed the two sharing the moment together, and many observers believed Sabalenka looked visibly frustrated watching it unfold. For critics, it reinforced the idea that she struggles not only with losing but also with seeing others enjoy victory after beating her. Meanwhile, Alexandra Eala continues gaining enormous support during her appearance at the Italian Open. The reaction from fans there has been overwhelming. Crowds have embraced her, supporters line up to watch her practice and compete, and excitement around her future keeps growing. She has quickly become the type of player who energizes audiences and reminds fans why they love tennis in the first place. Even Coco Gauff, focused on her own demanding career, has openly complimented Eala and shown genuine enthusiasm for her development. That contrast has become central to the discussion surrounding these players. On one side, critics view Sabalenka as someone whose reactions have too often minimized the accomplishments of opponents. On the other, Eala is increasingly earning admiration from fans and fellow players through humility, charisma, and positivity. Many believe Sabalenka should reflect carefully on how these moments continue shaping public perception. Rankings change, championships fade, and dominance never lasts forever. Success does not place athletes beyond criticism. And when someone repeatedly appears dismissive toward others, public sympathy may become harder to earn once the situation reverses. As for Alexandra Eala and Victoria Mboko dancing after the Madrid upset, many fans online admitted they were celebrating right alongside them. Now the conversation continues across the tennis world. Do you think Eala and Mboko were justified in reacting the way they did, or should they have handled the moment differently? Has Sabalenka finally encountered the same energy critics believe she projected toward others for years, or is the backlash against her becoming exaggerated? And what about Alexandra Eala's future? Could she eventually grow into one of the dominant stars in women's tennis, someone capable of challenging Sabalenka not only during matches but also in popularity and influence beyond the court? Share your thoughts and opinions because this debate has become one of the most talked about stories in tennis right now, and fans will likely continue discussing it for a very long time. Aryna Sabalenka has finally run into what many people across the tennis world quietly considered overdue karma. She was defeated by Hailey Baptiste in the quarterfinals of the Madrid Open, and while an upset that massive would usually dominate every sports headline, something entirely different captured everyone's attention. Alexandra Eala and Victoria Mboko were seen on camera celebrating and dancing shortly after Sabalenka's defeat, and the footage instantly exploded throughout the tennis community. The two rising stars looked genuinely amused by the moment, and although many fans understood why they were enjoying themselves, reports suggested Sabalenka was anything but pleased. But before rushing to defend Sabalenka or attack Eala and Mboko for reacting emotionally, it is important to examine the broader history behind this situation. Because this story did not suddenly begin in Madrid. It stretches back through years of dismissive comments, questionable behavior, and repeated moments where Sabalenka appeared unable to show grace toward opponents who defeated her. Now that circumstances have shifted, the tennis world is paying close attention. Aryna Sabalenka is undeniably one of the most talented athletes the sport has ever seen. Her power, confidence, and dominance on the court are impossible to deny. Yet alongside those accomplishments, she has also developed a reputation that many fans view negatively. Increasingly, she became known as someone who struggled to lose respectfully and who often seemed uncomfortable acknowledging the success of others. One of the earliest examples involved Madison Keys. After Keys defeated Sabalenka in the US Open final, many expected a moment of admiration and professionalism. Instead, Sabalenka's reaction came across as cold and dismissive. Keys delivered an outstanding performance, battled relentlessly, and earned the victory fairly, yet the response she received implied that Sabalenka viewed the result more as her own failure rather than Keys' achievement. That moment established a pattern people quickly began noticing. The same criticism resurfaced after Coco Gauff defeated Sabalenka at the French Open. Fans anticipated sportsmanship and recognition for Gauff's remarkable accomplishment on clay. Instead, Sabalenka minimized the victory, suggesting the outcome happened because of her own poor play rather than Gauff outperforming her. That attitude frustrated many observers because it seemed unwilling to acknowledge another elite player's excellence. To many fans, it reflected arrogance rather than competitive frustration. Then came another controversial moment during the WTA finals involving Aryna Sabalenka. Reports and online reactions claimed Sabalenka was caught making remarks that sparked widespread criticism and debate. Cameras captured the exchange, and the incident intensified concerns regarding her treatment of opponents who managed to beat her. Whether discussing Madison Keys, Coco Gauff, or Aryna Sabalenka, the recurring criticism centered on the same issue: a perceived lack of respect toward fellow competitors. Every time she lost, critics argued her responses often sounded bitter rather than gracious. Now attention has shifted toward Alexandra Eala, and the tension surrounding this situation has become especially fascinating considering the difference in their career stages. Sabalenka has reportedly shown irritation toward the enormous support and attention Eala receives. The young Filipino star has built an incredibly passionate fanbase through charisma, authenticity, and exciting performances that continue drawing global interest. Even at the Laureus Sports Awards, where Sabalenka herself received recognition, many people felt Eala attracted much of the spotlight on the red carpet. The excitement, media attention, and fan energy naturally gravitated toward the rising star, and reports suggested Sabalenka did not appreciate sharing that attention. That dynamic says a great deal about the growing narrative between them. Observers have pointed out moments where Sabalenka appeared visibly annoyed by Eala's popularity, despite Eala doing nothing directly provocative. The reality is simple. Eala is young, improving rapidly, and carrying enormous potential that becomes more obvious with every tournament she plays.